BCA-101, Day 3, Monday, 1/23/17. Today we start talking about data. First thing we did, we talked about how to store it. Hard drive, DVD. Hard drives, they could be in the cloud, in a data center. They could be on a server. They could be local in your machine. We'll talk more specifically about those different. Could be a flash, solid state drive. Stored here. What's data made up of? It's made up of bits. We talk more about those later on. Binary digits. 8 of them gives us a byte. We usually use this to reference how large storage is. And we also use this to reference how large memory is, or some combination of those, like in your phone. Here I gave an example. These 8 bits gives us a byte, and that byte represents capital A, using the American Standard Code of Information Interchange. So in your PC, when you're representing a piece of text information, a capital A really looks like that. One note, we store numbers, numerics, differently than we store text in a computer. We take data that's stored, we use software, and we convert it into something that has meaning, information, raw facts, and then information, something that has value. It could be simply our data, it could be some music, and we use our phone and the software on our phone to play that music so we can listen to it. Could be that simple. Or the data could be the numbers, and use some software like a spreadsheet to figure out what our budget is, and so forth. Alright, we looked at networks a little bit more. We got the internet. Google connected in. We talked a little bit about Dropbox. All of these have a place to store data. So you could store data on a computer in the room. You could store it on a server in the IT area. There's actually a way you could store it somewhere on campus, or you could store it out in the cloud at a wide range of services. Okay? Via the internet. How we connect on the internet, we often call that media. We can connect devices using wire. We can use fiber optic, or we can send the signal somehow through the air using wireless. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. There's lots of different ways to send it to the air. What would most common? Wi-Fi, LTE, and then maybe a short distance like Bluetooth. Talked a little bit about connecting in then to an ISP, for example Mediacom, where I connect from home. I connect 15 million bits per second. Bits, we're talking about a bit. So 1 or a 0. 1 or a 0. Here we're going 15 million, and that's 15 million down. It wouldn't be as much going up. Now if you want to pay more, you can get guaranteed 50 million or 100 million or whatever your provider, your service provider is willing to sell you. Okay? So when we transport information, a lot of times we talk about bits per second. Now, if you're talking about an LTE, like a 4G connection for your phone, they usually measure how many bytes of data that you actually use. in your data plan. So, a couple key takeaways. We need to understand bits so that when you talk about memory, storage, how much flash is in your machine, those typically bytes, put an E in there, bytes, which would be 8 bits. Or, if you're talking about movement of data, we'll often talk about bits per second. Sometimes an old term is how big is the pipe. And a lot of service providers will charge you based on how many bits per second. A word we'll talk about later on, be bandwidth. Important takeaway from today. Alright, that's it.